Hi, in this slide, I want to talk about the assumptions about the other 90% plus of all the distributors who aren't experts at innovating and doing change management. What happens to these guys? Well, statistically, they're just going to go out of business. Historically, 99% of all businesses that ever existed in the U.S. don't. So it's just a matter of time. The previous clip I talked about in Good to Great, how a baseline of 7,000 corporations in 1980 couldn't have 15 years of continuous publicly traded stock information to 1995. 66,000 of them pretty much, well, 5,500 of them pretty much disappeared. What happens also is there could be a technology shift, so we go from horses to cars, and that's a 97 to 99% wipeout rate when there's a major technology that comes in and changes how things are done. There could be process shifts in the barnyard when people went from gathering eggs to putting chickens in a coop. 80% of the farmers got out of the egg business. Certainly, we've seen process changes in the wholesale distribution channels in drug, hospital supply, and video VHS module distribution. Obviously, there's been a big change when they went from that to DVDs to now streaming. So if they don't die, in a sense, they sell out to someone who's going to try to keep them from dying. And these people who buy think they can do a value-added turnaround renewal. The leveraged buyout industry, which spent a lot of money to sort of change their name and image to the private equity industry, really kind of got going in '82 for a lot of reasons. And their formula generally was go find a deal, sick old company that's not going anywhere. Whoever owns it can't sell it to anybody for a decent price, so they're sort of left having to sell it to these desperado LBO guys who often will inject their own ace, their own turnaround expert. They like to think that they have some fresh insights for how to run the business. They're going to buy it cheap, they're going to load it up with debt, and then they're going to execute, because if they can get big return and sell high with leverage, they're going to make a terrific return on their investment. A lot of what was going on in these LBOs was basically taking companies that had gotten into sort of a dog performance because they kept fine-tuning the past and weren't refreshing the company's business model, if you will, to stay in tune with the life cycle stage of the industry that particular company was in. Another variation of the theme was, as industries mature, it can't support as many people, so why not consolidate and try to get financial back office economies of scale as industry goes into a commodity stage. So leverage buyout industry, all 2,700 today, haven't been about creating jobs, as politicians like to talk about. They're just trying to take jobs that currently exist and are statistically dead. They're going out of business and say, can we save some of these jobs, and in a sense renew them and preserve some of them? The only, I might add sort of as a side postscript that the only kind of company that actually creates new jobs is some new technology that creates a new platform, that creates new solutions that people can buy. If you think about Walmart, they've been growing like crazy for a long, long time, and they're the single largest employer in the private sector in America. But when Walmart opens up a new supercenter and hires a bunch of people, those aren't net new jobs. For every person they're hiring, maybe 1.5 to 2 people are getting fired at 2 grocery store locations, have to shut down because they can't compete with Walmart's better, more efficient business model. So Walmart is an organic consolidator. They're not buying other companies and running them better. They're just opening up new stores that are better business models, better performers that appeal to consumers. And so they are not net creating jobs, they're actually net reducing jobs in that traditional industry. So, who wants to die and be miserable and make no money while that happens, and then have no options for exiting at the end? So clearly we want to figure out, if we're in the bottom 95%, how to get into the 5% perpetual innovation game. Thanks.